going on, everyone? So yesterday it was announced that Taurean Prince would be starting in the Denver game. Now, that is very likely just kind of a one-off. Jared Vanderbilt appears to be the starter for the Lakers, but he is day-to-day and seems to be unlikely for that Denver game, so they're going to go with Taurean Prince, which I'm totally okay with. I do like Jared Vanderbilt in that starting unit little more than Taurean Prince, but I don't think the Lakers could go wrong either way with Prince or Jared Vanderbilt. But with that, that means Rui Hachimura is coming off the bench. And according to Jovan Buha, Ham says that the team believes they can extract more out of Rui Hachimura offensively with him coming off the bench. Now, this is something that I have preached and screamed all offseason, right? I don't want to see Rui Hachimura start. I know a lot of people do. I know a lot of people thought it was going to happen. There were even like reports that, that it was confirmed and whatnot, and like all this just silliness that Rui Hachimura was going to be the guy that was going to fit the mold, right? And, they paid him all this money. You would think that, okay, they're going to start him. But it's not what it's about, right? It's not about like, okay, we're just going to put the 5 guys that are making the most money out there on the basketball court. No, it's who are the best fits, who are the best pairings, who complement each other the most. How can you extract a player to their best of abilities? And the best way to extract Rui Hachimura's abilities is to bring him off the bench and allow him to be a go-to scorer with the bench unit, right? If he is a starter, all that's going to happen is he's just going to be relegated to basically being a spot-up corner 3 guy and 3 and D. And the issue is it doesn't work because that's not Rui Hachimura's strengths. That's not what he's good at. And position-wise, you either A, have to put him at the power forward position, which he's better at defensively, or B, you have to put him at the small forward position, which he struggles at because he's not laterally quick enough to stay in front of a lot of the twitchier defensive guys. Now, from a three-point percentage, Rui Hachimura has really elevated his three-point shooting. He's great. He would fit that mold of like, hey, I can knock down the open 3. But that should be an add-on rather than the main focus offensively for him. Because he is best in that mid-range, using his size and strength to just bump guys off the dribble, get to the basket, finish through contact, or just pull up and hit the mid-range shot, right? But it's also his ability to knock down and shoot the 3 ball. The problem is, too, is if you put him at the 4, well, now LeBron James has to play the 3. And at 39 years old in year 21, I don't think that that's the best for him to keep him healthy and keep him fresh. So LeBron is best at the 4 at this point of his career because he can kind of play in that like free safety scouting role on the defensive end. And then he can kind of just be that point forward out of the 4 spot. And then you could go with a guy that makes more sense at being a catch and shoot 3 and D style guy in a Taurean Prince or a Jared Vanderbilt. And now Rui, he gets to come off the bench and gets to be basically the primary scoring option alongside Christian Wood. Him and Christian Wood basically get to be the 2 main guys that are just lighting it up off the bench. Not just that, but Rui would be going up against bench unit players and bench unit defenders, which good luck trying to stop him in that regard because most starters can't seem to stop him. And I just think it's going to unlock Rui Hachimura so much more, right? Like, because I don't want to see him just basically be a spot-up shooter. I want to see the Lakers run some offense through him. I'm not saying you have to run every possession through him. I'm not saying he has to be your main source of offense, but he is very good. This is a guy that could easily give you 6th man of the year. And I really do believe that Rui Hachimura is very likely going to be in the conversation of 6th man of the year. I think he's a guy that's going to give you at least, 15 to maybe 18 a game off the bench if he's utilized and actually is given the opportunity on the offensive side, right? Like, run some sets, put him on the high post, put him down low, let him post up, Give him the ball at the top of the key and let him just go to work, right? Like, allow him to use his strengths to make an impact on the basketball court. And I'm telling you, this guy's going to be up there. Even if he doesn't win it, I think he's going to be in that conversation and have a real argument for being a legit sixth man of the year. Now, you also can use him in multiple, like, you could still play him at the 3 in spots, right, off the bench. Like, personally, once Jared Vanderbilt comes back, I think, it's just me, I think your bench unit should be Gabe Vincent, Taurean Prince at the 2, then you have Rui Hachimura at the 3, Christian Wood at the 4, and Hayes at the 5. That's basically your 10-man rotation. I don't think Cam Reddish and Max Christie showed enough to where it's like they should be getting significant minutes in that backup 2 role. I think if you were going to go with either one, I think Max Christie showed a little more consistency and what you need. And look, like, Max Christie and Cam Reddish both had excellent moments. And if we were a team that was, middle of the road or, kind of a rebuilding team or something like that, right? Like, let's say we didn't have LeBron and AD and we just had like everyone else, right? Like, then yeah, go with the young guys. Let them get out there, let them grow, let them develop, let them kind of make their mistakes and stuff. But I don't think that that's best for this league, because now the goal is to win as many games as possible. I'm not saying that they're never going to play. I'm not saying that they won't play. They may even play on a nightly basis, but I think that I think you should limit them more than you might have otherwise. And put Taurean Prince at the 2, Rui at the 3, and then Wood at the 4. Now your 2, perimeter guys and Rui Hachimura and Christian Wood, now they get to just be the scoring threats. And you have, 2 excellent shooters in Gabe Vincent, Taurean Prince, so Rui Hachimura could pass out of the post if they double team or try to trap him. We saw even in preseason, teams were double and even triple teaming him when he was in the post. Like, so now you have like shooting around him to where he can kick it out. Even Christian Wood is a guy that can shoot, 38% from 3. Although he struggled a bit in preseason, I do expect him to turn it around because, again, those are his averages. I just think that that's the best approach for the Lakers. Now you can really highlight and capitalize on what Rui is best at, what Rui does best at. And now he doesn't have to, try to change his game and try to adapt to just being off the ball heavily and just be a catch and shoot guy. And he can do it. We've seen him do it, right? He did it in the playoffs and he's done it so far in preseason in spots. But I don't want to see him primarily be that. Because in the starting unit where you have Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis, all 4 of those guys are going to take precedent offensively over Rui Hachimura. Rui Hachimura will get some moments and get some spots where he'll probably play with that unit. And, and on any given night, I could see them maybe starting Rui, depending on specific matchups. Right? Like if, say we're playing Minnesota. Rui Hachimura had excellent defense on Karl Anthony Towns. He was really holding his own, just disrupting Cat, making things difficult for him, and just being a solid body that is just unmovable when he plans, right? I mean, we saw Karl Anthony Towns trying to back him down and do all that, and he just couldn't move the guy. And so I just think that, in spots, maybe you start him, but I think you need to primarily keep him off the bench. Something I've been heavily talking about and have tried to make it a point consistently this offseason that's the best approach. And it is. And Darvin Ham seems to have came to the same conclusion. Because I really think Rui is going to thrive. I really think he's going to have a great year, right? Like, he's fixed a lot of like his issues offensively, like that little hitch in his shot and stuff. He's gotten that fixed and taken care of. It looks more fluid. He looks more confident in it. Like, he's gonna be a problem. And then now benches are gonna have to deal with Rui Hachimura coming out. I mean, you can make an argument he might be one of, if not the best offensive threats off the bench. Like in the league, like who is a better offensive threat than Rui Hachimura coming off the bench. You know, I'm sure that there's other guys that are very good and can make some noise off the bench, but I mean, Rui's a guy that I think can be a 15 and 6 and 8 or 6 to 8 guy, 6 to 8 rebounds, right? I really do, and I imagine he plays some spots at the 4, some spots at the 5, some spots at the 3, and I'm just excited. I'm excited to see it, but. Anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think Rui can win Sixth Man of the Year? Do you think that he, great move, great call, play him off the bench? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you, and I'll see you all in the next one.